Where's the lying news agency of Nigeria? Are they here? Those liars and deceivers, are they here? That distort the news. You don't know what law is. You don't know what justice is. Where's the news agency of Nigeria? What are they? You don't know that God is a God of justice. You don't know that? That God in heaven is a God of justice. You don't know that?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, men and women of goodwill. My name again still remains Onyebuchinwa Ashiburobi, known as the Great Seer or the Sea of the Seer, preaching nothing but the undiluted truth. So this afternoon, I have come to do justice. Today was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case. The lion, His Holiness Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, appeared in court today for the continuous persecution. And in court today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case came up and he said, "My Lord, I don't know what they are charging me for. Can you, if there is anything that I have committed, please can you read out my charge?" And lo and behold, all this court that they have been going all along, jumping up and down, there is no particular charge designated to Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No particular charge. It has been jumping from one pillar to post or jumping from one thing to the other. And they told Onyendu that he can put it in writing. Because he said, what are they charging him for? He don't know the suit that they are charging him and what crime that he have committed. So he cannot open defense when he did not know or from which constitution are they charging him from. They should show him where in Nigerian constitution that he violated. And up to this very moment, there is no count charge. There is no count charge. It have been lying, media propaganda, lying and deceit because they own the media, so they can galvanize them. Is that not the right language to use? Galvanize. They can assemble them and then use them to spread their own falsehood. I am Onyebuchinwa Ashiburobi, please. I am Onyebuchinwa Ashiburobi, preaching nothing but the undiluted truth. Eziokwu nke Chineke ana-akọ mmiri, eziokwu nke Olisa bi n'igwe. That have been the only thing that have brought us long to this very program. I am Onyebuchinwa Ashiburobi, preaching nothing but the undiluted truth. Now, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi, they postponed the court case to, I think the court case is being postponed to 4th, 5th, and 6th of next month. 4th, 5th, and 6th of next month. That is when the court case will come up in Nigerian court. That is when the court case will come up. But before then, permit me to read what transpired in the court today to you. So, this is what transpired. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu challenges legality of his trial, demands prosecution identify valid law behind charges. For those of you ndị gara akwụkwọ ebe m gara akwụkwọ abalị, without this thing, let me explain and coagulate. He said that they should tell him where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu challenges legality of his trial. He said that they should tell him where they found the valid point to prosecute him, and of which law do they find valid point to prosecute him. Okay, let me continue reading and covering to those of us gara akwụkwọ abalị. Abuja, October 27, 2025. Proceedings in the case of Federal Republic of Animal Kingdom called Nigeria versus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took a decisive turn today before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja. During the hearing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who appeared in person, firmly maintained that there is no valid or subsisting charges known to law against him. There is no valid or subsisting charges known to law against him. So what he meant here is that onweghị ihe a na-akọ according na constitution Nigeria asị na o mere. Onwe ihe ọjọọ Nigeria constitution sị na o mere. N'ọnụ ka ha ji ekwu ya, all the monkeys and baboons in the zoo hapụta ha were ọnụ. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ibe onye oshi weta n'ebe zuru oshi, none of them can be able to prove it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ibe onye oshi ele ka oshi wee zuo oshi, none of them was able to prove it. So that is what it means here. We will continue, please. Forward ever, backward never. Despite repeated cajoling and pressure from the judge and the prosecution team, led by Chief Adegboyega Awomolo San, Kanu insisted that the learned Silk should read into the records or reinstate the law under which he is being charged and asked to enter a defense. Okay, I love this. I don't know where they get the nonsense they call the learned Silk. I just don't know where they get that nonsense they called learned Silk. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared today, called the Chief Justice nke a na-akpọ San Adegboyega Awomolo, told him to isi na mwe terrorist, isi na mmere nke a, biko gụgodoro m in Nigerian constitution ebe ọ bụ na ihe mmere gụpụtagodoro m ya. And the prosecution counsel was staring at him, na-ele ya n'anya. Chief Judge ọsụsọ na-esu ya, that is Chief Judge Heat na-esu ya, because they have come to congregate to charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to jail. But Almighty God dealt with them. Almighty God in heaven dealt with them. Chief Awomolo San was unable to identify any existing legal proceedings creating the offense alleged against Kanu effectively, confirming the defendant's long-standing position that the entire proceeding lacks a legal foundation. Chief Awomolo San was unable to identify any existing legal provision creating the offense alleged against Kanu effectively, affirming the defendant's long-standing position that the entire proceeding lacks a legal foundation. So when he asked the legal amweba, asano silk or the kwako baile eji ede ihe mhanwama, when they asked the legal onye iberibe to point where they are charging him from, and below and behold, the man couldn't identify any law in Nigeria. And the man is a son. The man is a son in Nigeria. up to this very moment, cannot identify any known law which they are charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to. So, Justice Omotosho, in response, directed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to file a written address within 4 days on the validity of the charges and service. Same on the prosecution. The court expresses resisted all attempts by the prosecution to convert the forthcoming address into a final defense address, emphasizing that the issue before the court remains the validity of the charge itself, not the merit of any offense. Let us read it again. Omotosho is in response directed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to file written address within 4 days on the validity of the charge and serve same on the prosecution. The court expressly resisted all attempts by the prosecution to convert the forthcoming address into final defense address. Are you getting it? What it means is that the criminals who are charging Awonyendu wants to take a backyard to convert the forthcoming address into the final defense by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is, ọ bụrụ na abịaruo ihe ọbụla emegodoro that day, it have been the final defense. So where's the only issue? And those are the legal silk. Ndina cannot defend themselves against somebody that did not practice law. San cannot defend himself against somebody that did not practice the same law that he practiced. And they call him a son. We must move and we must state it the way it is. Total freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only thing. It doesn't matter what they do. Emphasizing that the issue before the court remains the validity of the charges itself, not merit of any defense. Okay? Justice Omotosho told the prosecution counsel that the thing before the court is the validity of the court case, not of merit. Oh, he's not supposed to talk about it. Then, if I'm not supposed to talk about it, you are charging me for what does not have any case, even in your constitution. And when I challenge you, you are telling the judge, oh, tell him not to talk about it. Oh, this and that. No. That is not the way to go, or that is not the way. Ihe abụghị akụkọ ndị USB. Ihe abụghị akụkọ ndị USB na ndị eboro batrị ha. So, today's development underscores Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unyielding stance that his continued trial constitutes an unlawful process being anchored on no known or valid law. This position remains clear. There can be no defense where there is no valid charge. Yes, there is no defense on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case because there is no valid charge to what he is being charged about. No valid charge. They are not charging him for anything. There is no anything that they are charging him in the Constitution of Nigeria. And why are you telling somebody to enter your defense? No, in the other hand, so the kwaka lawyers and the case because even as a lawyer, you do not argue this. Or somebody will now see a lawyer that came to argue it. How do you want me to enter my defense? But there is no law that charged me or that told me that this is what you did wrong, so that I will defend myself. Provide the law. Then I will enter my defense. Yeah, it is okay. We must move on. Being okay, his position remains clear. There can be no defense where there is no valid charge. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them, if you did not give me the valid charge, I will not open any defense. What am I defending whereas there is no valid charge? Based on hearsay, or based on high, or based on sympathy, or based on emotion. You said that Nigeria is a country or a nation. Show me in your own law where I contradicted. And before he left, there was none. As soon as the court or prosecution team identify any known law that is extant and subsisting in Nigeria's corpus juris, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will enter his defense and witness he listed will be called. So they told him, okay, your people should put the constitutions so that we know where there is a law. Where you said, I committed a crime. And let me tell you people, do you know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing here? Every witness, if you said he committed offense, those people, those witnesses equally committed it. So all of them are going to jail. In fact, they committed more than him. If you said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed offense, then the Nigerian constitution will prove it to you that the witness committed the same crime. Why are they free? So every one of them is going to jail. Mwike is going to jail. Christopher Musi is going to jail. What is his name? The governor of the governor of former Enugu State and the governor of Lagos State and the rest of them, they are going to jail. They are lucky that they announced the death of Buhari. If not, that Buhari actor, where they don't retire now, we equally wear the mask to go to jail. I am Onyebuchi Ashiburobi, and we must be sincere when we speak. We must be sincere with facts and figures. We must be sincere when we speak. I am Onyebuchi Ashiburobi, please, known as a Gracia. Now let us move, please. No known law in Nigeria, and they are keeping him for 4 good years, going to 5 years. No known law. We must move. Now, I have to say something. Those of you people who are still very strong in this very freedom, it is Almighty God that will bless each and every one of you. You have tried to remain strong and remain vigilant in this very freedom. No good thing comes easy. It is best that you support the men on the ground. Go and support those men on the ground. Support them because those men are marvelous, doing marvelously well, standing very strong. It is not easy, irrespective of the propaganda. I saw some people saying, oh, you spy the men on the ground, you spied everything. I have seen the propaganda that they are carrying. Oh, you were among the people who spy the men on the ground. You scattered the very, very struggle. Namita Logan Kerry and the Aparawa with Ndanine Buru Battery had to come on social media and raise alarm. Nami tell them, make them come on social media, talk rubbish. And anyone carrying propaganda, I call the men on the ground, the BLA criminals. You should provide the video, please. Provide the video where I said BLA are criminals. If you not provide the video, thunder fire you. provide at least 2 minutes video of where I said BLA are criminals, so that it will not be like the criminality of that man raping pastor's wife, who went to a video that I did talking about those who are saying that BLA are criminals. They remove those from it and leave it BLA are criminals. I said, and I repeat, there was a video I was speaking. Those who we are saying BLA are criminals, they went and removed those from the video, and then they leave BLA are criminals. I don't give a damn to such nonsense. And if it is that nonsense that they are cutting and sharing to people, I heard that there are a WhatsApp group where they create and share, and there was a time they even shared to men on the ground, telling them, oh, this and that, oh. Thunder will fire you with that fake and lies. In a cut out. Let them provide that particular video. Let them tell you from which my program. Immediately they cut it out. Tell them from which of my program. Let you go and watch it. And you will be shocked from what they did. And this is the number one. I will never support any criminal like them. I repeat and I repeat it again. The only person that I attack, very, very regrettable, is Igwe Butozo. I attacked him, very, very regrettable, of which I have tendered apology when I was supporting Ngozi Orabueze. And I was the person who alerted you before they started pushing these very things. I was the person who alerted everyone that the mission is to carry propaganda against these very men. Now I would say something. When I was supporting Ngozi, they said that Obato Obie have directed the BLA to support this very Ngozi Orabueze, but BLA have collected money from Nigerian government. That was the lies that they brought to me. That Butuzo have gone to collect money from the Nigerian government, and on that note, Obato Obie have ordered anyone to distance themselves from them. It was all lies and fake. Lies and fake. From the cabinet of Ngozi Orabueze. And they will always tell you, talk about these very people. Talk about them. And when I left them, I told you people that this very woman's intention is to silence these very men on the ground. That's her intention. Because all the things, if you do normal program, they will tell you, oh, leave that normal program. Talk against these very people. And I said, we must Moranya Kazu. So where have I called the BLA criminals? I am Onyebuchinwa Shiburobi, please. I will consistently preach my gospel here. It doesn't matter the lies and deceit from the lying pastor's wife and all of this. I can never be here and you contribute money that's supposed to go to these very men. And some of you divide it among yourselves. Butus or Gentle and the rest of them, they are sleeping inside bush. They are taking bullets that is meant for me and you. They are protecting that land that the enemies could even destroy. They are standing on that land. And I have clearly emphasized, I have no intention to share from their money. Even though I don't have money, I based on individuals. There is one of our brother who even, okay, I will decline to speak about this, please. I am Onyebuchi Ashiburobi, and we must be sincere in whatever we do. We must consistently support the men on the ground. And if you support the men on the ground based on you are giving Ngozi Orabueze money, you are a gunner. That I can guarantee you. Among all of them, that is John getting up and down. Ngozi Orabueze doesn't give shishi to those men on the ground. Farthing she doesn't give to those men on the ground. And you must be vigilant. You must be vigilant and stand very strong so that you don't fall victim from these lying criminals. That land must be number one and must be defended. Now I want to play this, the video of Ned Nwoko speaking about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to play that video. When we return, I'm going to say some certain things, please.
On the floor of the Senate, and you have argued with your colleagues the need for an Aniama state, and don't even begin the conversation around marginalization, because that's the first thing, because people will say, we have Southwest 6 states, South 6 states, Northeast 6 states, North Central 6 states, Northwest 7 states, but Southeast 5 states. Is that part of the agenda to fix the Southeast that seems to be smaller in terms of the number of states, or what?
Well, almost just over a year ago, I had a meeting with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where I discussed about the problems of Southeast, the insecurity in the Southeast. You know, what do we do to address it? And he knows the problems, and he also has an idea. The whole idea is that there should be some level of equity extended to the Igbos of Southeast by having an additional state. It wasn't going to be an easy task, you know, to create one, but it is doable. And I'm happy that we have come this far. The point is this: even at that time, it was understood that the problems of Southeast, the agitations of the youths of Southeast, the killings there, the referring to the ESN groups and ESN and IPOB and the rest of them. These are young people who have come up to say that they are fighting for freedom because they are marginalized. And one of the areas that they've all spoken about and against is the fact that they are the only zone. Southeast is the only zone in Nigeria that has 5 states. Why is that? Why was it done intentionally to undermine them? Of course, yes. And from engaging those youths, it became so obvious that if a step is taken in creating one state, just one state, to bring it apart with 5 other zones, let's leave Northwest out of this now, at least bring it apart to the 4 other zones, then something would have been done for them. You know, yes, they are clamoring for different things, but I mean, not least, of course, the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They're asking for it. We know that that is something that has to be done. You know, you will just say
Nnamdi Kanu to be
oh yes, yeah, of course.
Why do you think so?
Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody for some time now. I believe that he has been held unjustly. Many people feel that way.
As a lawyer, do you think so?
Oh yes, yes.
That the judicial process is unjust?
Yes. Yeah, no, it has been. There's a lot of delays in prosecuting him and all that. If you want to get him tried and convicted, get on with it. You know. But this is a guy who has been held unjustly aside, you know, for so many months.
And the Buhari government started it.
I'm not talking about this government.
Trial. No, so the point I'm even making now.
I'm talking about the previous government under Buhari when
it's facing a judicial process right now.
Yes.
Saying is just because the argument is that there should be a political solution, maybe a null prosecution. Prosecution should be established on that for the case to be withdrawn. But there are those who will say, well, there are allegations and it's left for the law for him to have his day in court, which is in process.
But as you know, there has been some pronouncements by the Federal High Court, which has not been respected. You know, so his incarceration is the main reason for the crisis in Southeast.
But the crisis started before he was even arrested.
No.
The killings, the burning of police stations, the killing of police officers and all whatnot.
Well, look, the problem in Southeast is very different from what is in the Northeast or Northwest and all those areas. You know, the problem in the Southeast has to do with the perceived injustice by governments, successive governments. So what needs to be done? And one of it's why I'm here today, talking about the creation of states to make up the number up to 5. And then you have the release of Nnamdi Kanu. By the time you do these two things, I am almost certain that peace will return to Southeast.
Let me ask you this question, Senator.
I have spoken to so many youths in Southeast, from Southeast, and they have assured me that that they are prepared to be engaged by us, by the leadership. When this is done, they don't want to die. The youths don't want to die. They want to go back to schools. They want to go back to their jobs. All they want is some level of respect and acknowledgement by the nation, by the government of Nigeria.
I want to ask you.
I want to say something here. In as much as I respect Ned Nwoko, the going back to Nigerian state is a no-go area. A lot of people have died. Ned Nwoko, Barrister Ned Nwoko, a lot of people have died in Biafra. At least you people should be able to tell these very people the truth. Do you know why I love you? Because you have completely destroyed the lies of the enemies and those who are sponsoring that to divide the Igbos. You have continue to emasculate and strangle their lies and to distance their lies. In as much as you do this, there are things that I want you yourself to do, which is being brave to stand up in the courtroom to tell them, or to stand up in the National Assembly because you are now a senator, to tell them that what the youths are telling you is Biafra. Because if you speak to any youth, what that youth will tell you is that they want freedom. If you speak to any soldier who bear arm in Biafra land, what that person will tell you is that they want freedom. They don't want to die. We don't want to die, quite all right. But we need freedom. Calling for freedom is not the calling for death, as you people may shift the narrative to be. Calling for freedom is not calling for death. Now, in the case of the 6 states that you said the East need, what we needed is not even 6 states. Yes, what we needed is total disintegration. But let's just argue from your own angle. The states that you said we need, will that stop our people to go from going to, so what are they calling him? The Sokoto Caliphate to ask for political appointment? Will that stop? Because you call Southwest 6 states, Southeast 5 states, South in geography there is nothing called South. South 6 states. Then we now move to Northeast 6 states, North Central 6 states, not Central 7 states if I'm not mistaken, Northwest 6 states. That means approximately 19 states under the Northern leaders, and under the Igbo leaders 5 states, or let's say the added 6 states. Then the West 6 states. Do you use that 6 states to judge those who control 19 states? Or do you include South to judge those who control 19 states? That their even election cow is among them. You people should be realistic in your own judgment and be sincere. What we call for is not states. It is total disintegration. The way that white man joined that animal kingdom called Nigeria together, we want it to be balkanized. That is the only thing that we seek, not state. Though will that state open the seaport? Will it open the international airport? Will it bring all the whole oil headquarters to our states? Is that what you people? You people should be sincere before thunder na press up and I locate you people. From me from here, from the temple of the great CEO. It is good afternoon, please. Share this very program. Share, please. Share to your WhatsApp, share to your Facebook, and share to your Twitter. Bye for now.